Shalom, 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 yasha'Allah. This your boy, Brother Shamwa Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called, We Are Not Ignorant, all right, to His Devices. We are not ignorant to His devices. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. All right, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. And mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and on the hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well. All right, like I said, today's lesson is going to be called, We Are Not Ignorant of His Devices. All right. And this comes from, and I did a lesson yesterday, and this is just more news about it. All right. About this, this digital. Okay. This is from Money Talks News. It says Congress moves to make digital dollar payments as easy as texting. Right. As texting. All right. So it says, a new wave of crypto legislation could reshape how Americans move money, and stable coins are at the center of it. These digital tokens are pegged to the US dollar and designed to mitigate the wild price swings of traditional cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. CBS News reports. It says the Genius Act, a bipartisan Senate bill, would set guardrails for stablecoins and could help bring digital dollars into mainstream use. It says, unlike the HCH, it says bank transfers or credit card networks, stablecoins run on blockchain, meaning they work 24/7 and settle transactions instantly. Need to send rent on a Sunday night or pay a freelancer in another state at 2 a.m. With stablecoins, the money could move in seconds. It says Senator Bill Hagerty, the Genius Act sponsors, said the law could help businesses and consumers settle payments nearly instantaneously. It says digital dollars could make everyday transactions more affordable and convenient. Transfers would no longer take days to clear. Fees could drop, especially for freelancers, gig workers, and small businesses. It says even international payments might become faster and more affordable. It says stablecoins aim for price stability, but they're not immune to the market shocks. In 2023, two major coins, USDC and DAI, temporarily lost their dollar peg after several U.S. banks collapsed. It says that episode highlighted the fragility of these systems in times of stress. It says the Genius Act is designed to prevent such instability by requiring greater transparency and financial backing. However, according to S&P Global, risks such as market liquidity and tech reliability persist. It says if you have over $150,000 in savings, consider talking to a professional financial advisor about whether stablecoin is practical for your needs. Zoe Financial can match you with a pro in your area. It says stablecoins are recorded permanently on public ledgers. While that adds security, it also raises privacy concerns. Every transaction is traceable, which some users may find uncomfortable, especially if stablecoins become widely used for everyday purchase. It says President Trump has endorsed the Genius Act, calling it a key step toward making the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. It says the bill passed the Senate with bipartisan support, including from Senators Christian Gillibrand, Angela Alsobrooks, Tim Scott, Cynthia Lummis, but stumbled in the House on a procedural vote, it could return for another vote soon. It says stablecoins aren't part of most people's daily routines yet, but that could change quickly. Start to learning how digital wallets work. If you bank with a firm exploring crypto services, pay attention to updates and brush up on basic blockchain knowledge. Even if the Genius Act takes time to pass, digital dollars are already in motion. Okay? So, and what reminded me too is I know I did a lesson, man, what was it, April? It was April or May, somewhere around that time, where they were supposed to be pushing this digital agenda and they pushed it back to July. And here we are, and here they are, pushing forward, all right, this movement to go to digital. All right. So this stuff is is coming along, needless to say, okay? And we have to be aware of what's going on. All right. You see how they're pushing it, how it's going to be so much more convenient, all right, to go digital. All right. Everything is tracked, everything can be instantaneous, right? It doesn't have to take, forever in a day. So understanding, what's going on and having that eye salve to see what's going on. All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. And we see what's pushing. We see the movement that they're going to. All right. And they're pushing this agenda a lot quicker. All right. They're trying to, they're pushing this, to go to this crypto, to go to this digital, more and more. Okay. And eventually, because this is what this is all going to lead to. All right. Remember, it said in Revelation 13:16, it says, no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name, right? Revelation 13:16. All right. Because this is eventually what this digital, which we've been talking about, this is going to lead to, this era. All right. Because if you saw in the articles, it said what, there's the transactions, everything is going to be documented, right? There's nothing that you can try to hide. There ain't no paying under the table. It's not going to be anything. Everything is going to be seen and upfront. All right. That's what they want to do, because they want to control and monitor everything that happens. Right. And that the way they're pushing it is going to show that it's a convenience. All right. You need to get something. You can get it right now on the spot. There's no, I have to wait, 5 days for something to clear. So they're going to push this agenda, and it's as a benefit. All right. You just think about it now. Right. Most people don't even carry cash in their wallets. Right. They have their cards or their phone, and they tap it and they're done. All right. What's more easier to not even have to carry any of that? Right. That's how they're going to push this thing. All right. It's going to be a convenience, and it's going to be, but we understand what this is leading to. Okay. We're not ignorant of what this is. And this is what the agenda that they have to push anyway, because we know that this is part of the prophecies, right? And this is one of the major prophecies, right? So to get into this cashless system, to get to the MOTB, all right, which is the RFID CHIP, right? And having that mandatory implemented, right? So then, World War III, the arrows can start flying, all right? And then Yahawashi return and we're out of here. These are the things that we're looking at. Okay, so we look at these things to understand and to determine where we are in prophecy, all right? So when we see these things speeding up in these movements, it's more progress, all right? And we know, just like this devil knows, right, they have a short time, man. Right? Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? He knows he has a short time. And so he's pushing all this stuff. He's pushing these agendas. He's pushing this stuff through left and right. All right? You know, I did a lesson where you had the one senator who said she wasn't going to do it because she's like, that's Revelation 13:6. Guess what? It's going to happen anyway, whether you like it or not. All right, because it's been prophesied. All right, and this is the agenda of those elites, those top banking families. This is what they want to do, right? Because ultimately they want to get rid of the cash, go digital, right, and eventually have everybody chip, man. Right? It's plain and simple. All right. And this is the agenda. This is the movement that's going into it. Right. So we're not ignorant of that. All right. And so, you know, we keep an eye on these different things, man. It's important to keep an eye on and track what's going on to see where we're at in this estate. Okay. And hey, you know, we're praying that, hey, keep going, keep speeding this up. Right. Keep it going. All right. Keep pushing this stuff, this agenda through. Right? Because that just means we're closer to get up out of here, man. All right? Once that MOTB, man, it's, hey, you know, got it, you know, it's, you know, remember the Lord has shortened the days for the elect's sake, man. All right? And we're looking forward to that. All right? So I just wanted to do this, you know, quick little update, quick little lesson, right? We're not ignorant to the devices, right? Everybody else, they're worried about this, they're worried about, we know what the agenda is, man. Right, and we're prophesying and trying to show people before it happens, so you can't say you didn't know. All right, so I just wanted to do this quick lesson. Like I say, Lord's will, this was edifying. Right, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the 144,000 men. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who have ruled well to the spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days. Let's push this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. Another mighty shalom to the rest of the elect out there, man. Stay diligent, stay focused, keep watching and understanding what's going on, all right, in these last days. And with that, I say, a ball, shalom.